look at that drop, guys. Look at that drop. Yo, you guys are not gonna believe this. I spent the last 30 minutes recording a video, and when I was done, it had absolutely no audios. So this is, I'm just gonna be doing a voiceover. So right now, the chart that you're looking at is US US 100 or NAS 100. This is on the 1 minute chart, and what I'm saying right now is, for my analysis, I'll typically, well, not typically, but I always mark off the 7:20 a.m. and 8 a.m. Once I've marked off my 7:20 and my 8 a.m., I'll mark off my pre-market high and my pre-market low, which is in between those two vertical lines, right? So I'm not using the top of the 7:20 or the bottom of the 8 a.m., if that makes sense to you guys. So I'm just using the high and the low in between those two lines. Okay. So once I've done that, I'm gonna be looking for a supply or demand level. So in terms of the pre-market high, I'm gonna be looking for a supply or gap above that area. As you can see right there, I did put demand. It's actually supposed to be supply, but I'll change that eventually. And then at the bottom, I'll look for some type of significant demand area where I could look to buy from. So what I'm looking at in its entirety is, if the market takes out the pre-market high, I'm looking for a short position. If the market takes out my pre-market low, then I'm going to be looking for a long. Okay. When I'm looking for trades to take in terms of where I put my demand, I like to see maybe candles that don't have any wicks at the bottom. Sometimes we'll have two of the same bottoms, so those are like tweezer bottoms. It could be a tweezer bottom or tweezer top, which means that the wicks are the same or the bottom is the same, right? Those to me are very high demand. Anyway, the video is very long, so I'm probably gonna chop up most of it, because like I said, 30-minute video. Data was going to be releasing, and I wanted to get into the market before the data release. I was also letting you guys know that this was actually the first trade that I've taken on the account, actually sitting at my desk at the hours I'm supposed to be trading. So I did get out of the red, and I had a profit of about $800 on the account, right? Also, you'll see me go over to the Funding Pips website, because I think I have to trade for, well, I know I have to trade for 5 days before I can actually make a withdrawal, and today is actually the 5th day, right? So today is the 5th day. Yeah, so again, I'm just marking up the charts. It's nothing special, right? So like I said, I'm probably gonna chop some of this video not to make it so long, or figure out how I could fast forward this video. But I'm really irritated that I have to go through this, because it's not something that I can record. And this was actually one of my most profitable trades that I've taken. It worked out so perfect. It worked out so perfect. So again, I do notice the market is pushing up, but that's what I want. That's what I want the market to do. I want it to push up. I want it to push up into my area. So I'm just opening up the Funding Pips. I was also explaining that I don't know why it says demo. If you look to the top left right there, yeah, it says demo. It's not actually a demo. It's supposed to say live. But if you look right beside that, it says master, right? So if you start out as a student, then you're a practitioner, and then when you get the funded account, you become a master, right? So as you can see right there, I took 49 trades. That is fucking ridiculous. Like, I was just trading on my cell phone. So I was just explaining right there, day one I passed. So you see it says practitioner, student, practitioner, and master, right? So this is the master account. Okay. So I think after today, I should be able to get some money. All right. So let's get back to the charts. The one thing I don't like about Match Trader is, and I don't know if it happens to everybody that's using it. So like when I want to go short, I always have to move my stop loss. So like initially when I it's like initially it's always set up for you to buy. So if I want to short, I have to manually take the stop loss and put it above the candle for me to take a short. I don't know why it does that. It's very annoying. Anyway, so I'm changing this to supply. As I said earlier, it is the supply. It feels kind of weird doing a voiceover, to be honest with you. So we have some minute to go because we're just literally 8 minutes into this video, and like I said, this is a 30-minute video. So what I want to do, I'm gonna try and just to look to see, look at the data, and at the same time, I was trying to figure out how to make the screen recording higher. Okay, so forexfactory.com. We had PPI coming out. We also have the Fed Chairman Powell is going to be doing a speech a little bit later, which may or may not move the market. He's probably just going to be talking about interest rate, not increasing or decreasing, but telling you about the state of the economy. And some people might take it as good, some people might take it as bad, some people might not even look at it, right? I'm checking the data on my phone right now to see what happened. So 9:30. All right. This is a long video. What I'm looking for now is for the market to push into my supply area. I typically look for some type of evening star in the case of looking for a short, and a morning star in terms of looking for a up trade. So in this case, where you see I'm drawing that circle, this is considered to be a morning star, meaning it's rising, right? So it's a 3-bar pattern. We have that hammer in the middle, and then we have the bullish engulfing pattern on the right, and then on the left hand side we have another bar. Typically you'll get the market come back about 50% into the shooting star slash hammer pattern before taking off either to the upside or the downside. So that's what I was doing right here. And again, I'm going to cut out a lot of the video because it did extend for 30 minutes, and without the original audio, it just makes it real annoying. Okay. So no trades yet, because I'm still waiting for the market to tap into that supply level. And I'm looking for that almost exact pattern. It's never always the same, but that's exactly what I'm looking for, or similar. And the type of rejection that I'm looking for is once we get that rejection candle, it needs to be, it can't be a 50% rejection on the candle. I need to see at least 75%. Anything over 50% is good. So I wanted to see it shot up and see mostly wick. Okay. So we're just waiting for it to tap into that area. Like I said, I'm gonna cut out a lot of the video because it was just me talking so much, talking through the video, leading up to data release. This is me marking up, showing you where I would like to get into the market. Doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly where I'm gonna get in, but this is where I'd like to get in. And then I'm gonna be showing you where I want to take profit. Since when data release is coming out, typically I always try to push my take profit as far as I think it's gonna go, especially when we have a significant increase. So right there with those exact numbers, that would have been a 4 to 1, right? So as you can see here, I'm moving it a little bit lower. I did mark off those resistance level. I'm sorry, well, demand in that case, where you would look to buy from, support if you were looking to buy as well. So the market pushing up into the supply. A lot of people probably wouldn't want to consider buying because if you think about it for a second, it's a lot of bears that bulls that came into the market, and almost every bullish candle was significant. If you look from where the morning star started, look at all those candles pushing up, and then the gray candles. There's not a lot of pressure in those candles, but I knew exactly what I was looking for. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just pause the audio. Well, not pause the audio. I'm going to mute the mic real quick and let it run. All right, so the market did push up into that area. So now we're just looking to see the rejection. So that first candle that rejected, that's not really the rejection I'm looking for because that looks like it's about 50%. So that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the candle to reject, and I need wicks, right? I gave you, and I just showed you an example just now. All right, so that was a nice rejection right there. As you can see, that's definitely more than 50%. So getting close to, taking a trade because I did like that rejection, but I was explaining as well that I like to see a candle close below that wick rejection candle, right? Doesn't have to be a significant close. We just want to see that bears are coming into the market. So that's the house money. Okay, so you see I did take the trade. All right, so we're in that short position. So at this point, there's still 5 minutes before the news comes out. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the video real quick. Well, mute the audio real quick, and then we'll come back in the next few minutes. So right there, I was showing you the $814.76 that I made. Okay. So when it shows the last 24 hours, that's literally because remember I said the account was down. So it would typically show all the profits that you made, right? But there was still a loss. So the market is doing exactly what I want to see it do. And I was explaining as well that if whether the trade goes in my favor or doesn't go in my favor, I still feel good because I was actually able to sit down at my computer and follow my charts, follow my setup, and not take a random trade as I normally do. So I felt real good. So like I said, whether it goes in my favor or it doesn't go in my favor, I still traded my plan, and that's what matters. Practice good habits, because if the win rate, whether the win rate is 30%, 50%, or 75%, it doesn't really matter, because you're gonna know that if it's, if you're a 50% win rate, you're gonna lose 5 times, right? So you know that 50% of the time you're gonna be taking an L, and that's okay. All right. So I'm down 45 bucks now. All right, look at that drop, guys. Look at that drop. Look at that drop. I went to try and close out the trade, but little did I know, it's like I started to panic, to be honest, because I, I'm like, I can't close out the trade. For whatever reason, I can't close out the trade, as you can see. But I'm looking. I go to close position, then I realize, oh shit, made 25. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'm sorry about the recording. I don't know what happened, but again, just don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Peace.